Wednesday, July 8th. It's time for today's Daily Double, powered by WagerTalk, a pair of big game breakdowns for MLB action tonight. Let's talk interleague ball today. I'm going to talk the Cubs and the Orioles. Just like yesterday, we had a free play video on the Cubs and the Orioles that worked out correctly. And we'll also talk about the Astros and the Nationals. That is a 2% client play for me tonight. You'll get it here on this video for free. Thank you for watching WagerTalk TV. And before I get started, real quick, if you like these videos, smash that like button. Thank you. Comment below. We really appreciate the comments. Makes all the difference in the YouTube algorithms. And of course, if you haven't done so, subscribe to WagerTalk TV. More than 250,000 of you have subscribed to this channel because we put out quality video content every single day. So like, comment, follow. Thank you. Let's start with the Astros and the Nationals. Let's do that one first. So that is the 2% client play of 4 today. And of course, right now, looking at the odds logic live odds screen. And guys, I talk about it on every video. I use it every day. oddslogic.com/Teddy. Free 7-day trial. Try it. For me, it makes a huge difference in knowing when to bet and where to bet. So it helps me. I can group the sharp books together and the public books together. I can clearly see, hey, wise guys are on this. Public loves that. It's a good product. Check it out. Again, oddslogic.com/Teddy. For today with the Astros and the Nationals, I'm seeing -1, let's call it -135 for Washington. You can find as low as -130. You can find as high as -140. Even higher than that, obviously, there. But -135 for the Nats. The total sitting 9.5. Juice to the over. There are a couple of 10s popping up. Juice to the under for this. And I talked a little bit about it yesterday. 8.5, 9, 9.5. You can pay a price for those numbers. 9 is the keyest of key numbers when it comes to MLB totals. 9.5, 10, 10.5. It's not worth 40 cents. Not worth 30 cents for what it's worth. And that's kind of what the books are pricing to get you off a 9 and 9 and 10. So in some circumstances, I'd be willing to take an over 10 at the plus money as opposed to over 9.5 and lay in a -20. That said, I'm talking here about the side and not the total. The client play, 2% client play for this game is on the side. And it has everything to do with Foster Griffin on the hill for Washington. And I'm not a guy. Here's one stat that I do pay attention to. Okay, I'm not a starting pitcher guy. I'm really not. And when it comes to are the starting pitchers being priced correctly in the marketplace, I tend to think that they are. But one thing that I do start paying attention to really in June, and then I'll pay attention for most of the year, the rest of the way, is how the team does with a particular hurler on the hill. Not the pitcher's record, but the team record when that pitcher starts. And it's one of those stats you kind of have to do it manually. I don't know a lot of places. I really don't know anywhere where I can find the team record. I'm sure it's somewhere. I do it manually because it's one of those stats that's not widely available. And what that does, for me, it talks about lineups and it talks about bullpens. How well does a team support a particular pitcher? Are their key bullpen arms ready? Are they hitting for him consistently? Is this a guy they win for? Well, Foster Griffin is a guy who Washington has won for consistently. They've won each of his last 4 starts. They're 8-1 in his last 9 starts. They're 14-4 full season. It started 1-1, so it's really 13-3 since the first week of April with Foster Griffin on the hill. Washington's not a great team, but this particular hurler is the guy who gets their best relief pitchers behind him, and he's getting the best lineup efforts day in, day out. So Washington with Griffin on the hill, worth a look. And we like the Nationals off a loss. Washington lost yesterday. Houston doubled them up 6-3. They've been one of 10 profitable teams to back full season off a loss. They're 3-1 in their last 4 tries off a loss. Washington off a loss, along with Griffin on the hill. Bet on, bet on. The Astros, look, this is a sub-500 team this year. You know, Houston's been a World Series contender for the better part of the last decade. And this year they're not. All right. They have a losing record overall. They have a losing record on the road. They have a losing record in interleague play. They have a losing record against opposing left-handers like Griffin. They won yesterday. They ranked number 27 out of 30 big league teams on a winning percentage off a win, not a team that's stringing victories together. And boy, they used up their bullpen pretty good yesterday, closing out that W. Not like Washington's got a good pen, but Houston's bullpen advantage mitigated somewhat today. And Arrighetti, he had a good April. He's not been good since. Griffin, the better of the two starters right now. And Washington, the better of the two teams right now. And the price is right. Nationals, again, you can shop around and find better, but minus 135, Washington worth a look. In this bettor's opinion, in fact, more than a look. This is a bet that I've made. It's a bet that I've advised my clients to make on Wednesday night in MLB action. Before I talk about Chicago and Baltimore, I do want to let you know about a couple things going on right now at WagerTalk.com. Great special, all right? Pitch to kickoff. It's going to give you every play, every day, in every sport, right through, what is it? I think it's the first of end of August. You get week 0 in college football all included in this. But what this package does, it literally gets you everything right to football season. All right. $2.99. Lock it in. It is a value-laden package because you got every play, every day, and every sport for the better part of the next 2 months. Check it out. WT.buzz/TC. Again, pitch to kickoff. My NFL season win report comes out July 31st. I'm working on it every day right now. It's $1.99 for the report. It's $5.99 for the full season of NFL football. I encourage you, don't buy the report. Get on board full season. I lost last year with this report. I've never had back-to-back losing seasons. I've hit 65% with the NFL season wins over the last 26 years, 17-5 for the big tickets. I'm pissed off about what happened last year, and check it out. Again, you can get the report $1.99. I would say get the season $5.99. I'm going to make money this year betting the NFL, and I'd like you to join me. So check it out on my homepage, WT.buzz/TC. And look, if you want a short package, get this week. Buy 3 days, get 3 free. $69 for 6 days, all access, every play, every day. Reasonably priced, good value. Check it out, WagerTalk.com. Thank you for letting me hype. Now, let's talk. And again, I understand, buying plays isn't for everyone. It's not. If you're interested, check out WagerTalk.com. And check out my homepage. If you're not, it's okay. I'm happy to give you guys video content every single day. We appreciate your support. Let's talk Chicago and Baltimore. And this is a game where I'm seeing minus 120, minus 125 for the Orioles. Total mostly, really another split total, 9.5/10. 10 juice to the under, 9.5 juice to the over. And again, given the splits here, I have no argument taking 10 over or 9.5 under at the better prices. I really wouldn't if you're going to get involved in this total. That said, I look at the side here. And yesterday I came on the video and talked about, I want to back Chicago. I want to back Chicago. Chicago's hot right now. And they are. That said, if there's a Cubs hurler that I don't really trust right now, it's Colin Ray. I mean, the one win that he's had since the beginning of I got it right over here. Since the end of May, he's had one win. The Cubs have won once with him on the hill, and that came in a game where they scored 23 runs. All right. When you have a winning team, but with this particular pitcher, they're losing, that's their throwaway game. That's a game where you don't get the best relief pitchers. That's a game where guys get days off. I know we're going to see a lot of guys getting days off the week before the All-Star break, but the bottom line for the Cubs tonight is this is not the spot where I trust them. And Ray is not a guy who I'm really excited about putting my money on, especially with the situation bullpen-wise for these two teams, because Shane Baz ate up innings yesterday. Even though Baltimore didn't win the game, the fact is, for the purpose of today's game, the Orioles have every bit, if not better. They have a more rested bullpen, and they have their better arms ready. Which matters to me. And of course, Dean Kramer, just his second start since coming off the IL. He's a guy with potential. He's a guy who's shown that he can pitch well at the big league level. The lean here is absolutely towards Baltimore as home favorites. And again, it's not a big price to lay with the Orioles. And while Chicago's the better of these two teams overall, and Chicago's in good current form, over the course of a 3-game series, you're going to zig, sometimes you're going to zag. This is a spot where we're going to zag and take a look at Baltimore as short favorites. Again, the Odds live odds screen with the Orioles. -1, you can find as low as -121 out there. Let's call it -125. It's a prevailing number as we speak. But yeah, I like both favorites I like the Washington Nationals, our client play for me tonight. And I like the Baltimore Orioles as short chalk. If they split, you lose a little bit of juice. It's not going to kill you. I think both these favorites are primed to win. There you have it. Thank you for watching Wagers Talk TV. Best of luck with all your bets on Wednesday and beyond. And again, the likes, the comments, the follows. We appreciate them every single day. Cheers, guys. Have a great Wednesday. We'll do it again tomorrow.